The Son of Gurranq is a strength build which specializes in dealing a lot of damage with lightning fast attacks by dual wielding daggers, one of them being Cinquedea. Let's see how this build works by starting with the stats. Because the daggers we use have B and A scaling in strength, most of our points will go there, but it's not worth going higher than 80 at this level. A minimum of 17 mind will be needed to summon the Spirit Ash and for spamming spells if necessary. 49 Vigor in combination with the Earthly Favor plus 2 Talisman will give us a lot of HP for tanking. 20 Endurance will give us a lot of stamina for spamming attacks, a minimum of 13 Fate and 12 Dexterity is required to use the spells and weapons, while Intelligence and Arcane are not required for this build. We run a dual dagger setup with Cinquedea and a heavy bloodstained dagger. Both have the quick step skill, which will be very useful for dodging enemy attacks, and because they have A and B scaling in strength, they will deal a lot of damage. When buffed by the flask, Blood Boil Aromatic and consecutive attacks from the Rotten Winged Sword Insignia and Millicent Prosthesis, we reach over 1100 AR on both daggers. This is insane considering these are daggers and we are only level 100. For casting, we will use the Clawmark Seal, which will boost the bestial incantations we use by 10%. When buffed by the flask, it has 224 incantation scaling. The headpiece I use is the Black Wolf mask, while the rest of the set is completed by Maliketh's armor, gauntlets and greaves. The whole set takes us to 52 poise, which is enough to withstand a light attack without getting staggered. Dragoncrest Greatshield Talisman reduces the physical damage we receive by 20%. Millicent Prosthesis and Rotten Winged Sword Insignia will raise our AR every 3 hits, by a combined total of 10%, 14% and 24%. Millicent Prosthesis also raises our dexterity by 5 points. For the last talisman, I used the Earthly Favor plus 2, which raises our HP by 4%, stamina by 10% and equip load by 8%. Godskin Swaddling Cloth is also an amazing option, because every 7 hits we get healed by around 80 HP. Or Flock's Canvas if you want to deal 8% more damage with the spells. I only used 3 out of the 6 bestial incantations for this build, because the melee playstyle was way too enjoyable. Bestial Vitality right before entering a boss fight, because it restores 5 HP per second for 2 minutes. Stone of Gurranq against big enemies like the Fire Giant and Elden Beast, so I could have an easier time breaking their stance. And Bestial Sling against opponents which I couldn't approach in melee combat, such as Morgoth and the Fidget Spinner. The Spirit Ash for this build are the Azula Beastmen Ashes. They are very aggressive, just like us, so we will be teaming up to destroy every boss we encounter. They are very good at keeping aggro onto themselves if we need to heal. In the Flask of Wondrous Physique, we have the Strength Knot tier, which adds 10 points into strength. The other tier is the Thorny Cracked tier, which raises our AR with consecutive attacks by 9%, 13% and 20%. Both tiers will greatly improve our damage for 3 minutes. Another useful tier is the Fate Knot tier if you want 10 more Fate for better spell damage. Blood Boil Aromatic will raise our physical damage by 30% and maximum stamina by 20%. But we receive 25% more damage from all sources for a minute. If you want to go to level 150, adding 12 points into Fate will unlock Golden Vow, which increases your damage by 15% and defense by 10% for 80 seconds. Going to 89 strength will allow you to reach peak damage with the daggers. And if you want more spell damage, you can add another 20 points into Fate, while the remaining points can be placed into Vigor for more HP. Check out the previous builds, the Royal Beastman and Beast Shaman, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you like this build. Bye!